Hi, this is Nicholas Yock, a registered migration and education agent from Pathway to Oz. Today, we're going to talk about Queensland State Migration finally opening for the 2023-2024 financial year. And great news, it's open to both onshore and offshore applicants. Okay, so today I'm going to go through some of the requirements, the process, and why you need state migration. All right, so firstly, look, you will need to be nominated by a state or territory if you want to apply for the state nominated 190 or skilled regional 491. So we've got other videos on them. I'll put the links below. You can check that information out. But before I go any further, look, this information is general in nature. I would recommend you chat with your, a registered migration agent if you want clarity on your specific situation. All right, so look, if we're looking at the, Queensland migration requirements, for the 190, you must have at least 75 points or 70 points in a trade occupation. The occupations are everyone pretty much, anything on the government's sort of regional, short-term and medium to long-term list, so pretty much anything. You must have at least competent English, so that's lower than usual. For the 190 as well, you only need to have worked for at least 3 months in Queensland for 30 hours. It used to be 35 for 6 months, so it's even better. You must have an employer that'll say they will, continue to employ you for the next 12 months, and you must commit to living and working in Queensland for at least 2 years. All right, for the 491, slightly lower requirements. You need to have at least 65 points. Once again, pretty much every occupation under the earth on any of those lists meets the requirements. Competent English. Now, you only need to have been living and working in regional Queensland for at least 30 hours a week, but there's no 3-month requirement. So you could probably just be working for, 1 or 2 weeks, technically, to meet this requirement. And you must provide evidence of, that your employer is willing to continue to employ you into the future. You must also commit to living and working in Queensland for at least 3 years if you're invited. All right, so the offshore requirements, well, look, you need, the points are the same. However, only select occupations can go. With the onshore, it's pretty much any occupation, as long as it's on the regional, short-term or medium list. For this, you've got to be on the Queensland occupation list. So if you scroll through the list, there's still plenty of occupations on there. You must also provide evidence of finances, okay? So look, have a look through the immigration website. We'll link it below. But basically some important notes. If you want to be invited, you need to lodge a recent EOI. So they're not going to look at previous EOIs. So you've got to lodge it after the 5th of September. If you're working in Queensland, your employer must be in Queensland. So you can't just have like some sort of virtual office or anything like that. And they've basically come out and said, look, we're not gonna prioritize any application if your visa's expiring or anything. All right, so the process, look, it's essentially the same as it always was before. You lodge an expression of interest, you list Queensland and only Queensland on the expression of interest, okay? And then you wait. And you gotta wait to be invited. And this is super frustrating, I get it, but that's how it is. And what happens is Queensland will choose who they want to invite. They'll send out invitations to these applicants. You'll then provide some extra documentation to Queensland, basically showing, that if you said you've been living and working in Queensland, here's evidence you pay, or whatever extra documents you need. You'll then receive the official invitation and you can then apply for the visa, okay? So look, it's huge that it's open and look, we're looking forward to it, getting these invites whenever the invitations start coming out. But if you have interested in, lodging an expression of interest or migrating to Australia, feel free to contact Pathway to Oz. Thanks.